guys, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly show you the covenants as far as from a Paladin perspective.
You're a special one, aren't you?
After you complete Revendreth, like the main story, 60, 50 to 60, then it's gonna be a little cutscene, it looks like, and then it's going to tell you to go and choose your covenant. So I just wanted to, like I said, show you this. This is from a Paladin perspective. So yeah, so this is reminding me of the Night Fae. So the Night Fae tend to fallen nature spirits who slumber within the tranquil forest. Those with a deep bond to nature may join their cause, ensuring that the rejuvenated spirits can one day rejoin the eternal cycle. So you have the default ability soul shape, so you can turn into a fox or a vulpin, I think is what they're actually called. But you can actually change that. They have a bunch of different animals you can do too. This is the plate armor set right here. So that cape just does not fit. But anyways, it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would, to be honest. This is the mount that you get, is one of these. So it's pretty cool. And the class ability says Blessing of Summer, but there's actually 4 seasons. So you have summer, fall, winter, spring. Summer, as you see, you do more damage as holy, so do more holy damage. Fall is actually a haste buff. You can cast it on yourself or others. As you see, it says causing attacks to have a 40% chance to deal 30% more damage as holy. It said fall is haste, so it's kind of like a little lust or hero for yourself. Winter is kind of like almost kind of like a PvP thing, but it could be used for PvE. It's just a stacking frost damage dot, and it also slows them down. It's like I said, kind of like a PvP thing, right? And then spring is actually like a healing. So if you cast it on yourself, you receive additional healing to you. If you cast it on like a healer, they actually do more healing output. So it's kind of like this ability kind of actually gives you almost like the Astrologian in Final Fantasy XIV, where you can kind of choose. You'd be like, hey, this would actually benefit them more, so you throw it on them. Like I said, with the spring one with the healing, I could be like, oh, the tank's going to take a lot of damage. Throw it on them, they receive more healing. So anyway, that's the Night Fae.
Such witty repartee.
Check out Bastion.
What troubles you?
And as you can see right here, you can ask, like, what's the story going to look like? So it gives you kind of a little paragraph, as you can see.
Go in service.
And then little training dummies here, so you can try their attacks again. And then, so you can test your Covenant abilities again. But leveling up, you should definitely know, and doing dungeons, you should definitely know how they feel, right? But anyways, you can do it again here. So here's the Kyrians. So here's the Kyrian armor. Like I said, back piece actually looks decent. They almost look kind of like a chess piece in a way on this one. Your mount is of course one of these anima electronic lions that they have, so pretty cool. And then you have your summoning the Steward, which is this little dude. He's becomes your little stooge. So like I said, he gives you a little vial you can get. I think you could also sell stuff to him. He plays music for you, so it's kind of more of a cosmetic little cool thing, right? Divine Toll, like I said, Holy Shock, Avenger's Shield, and Judgment for Rhett. Holy Shock for Hillidan, Holy. Avenger's Shield for protection. So instead of throwing 1 judgment, you would throw 5 judgments up to 5 targets. So it's a good AoE, right? The Avenger's Shield's actually pretty cool because you throw and it's like all over the place. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, Kyrian, The Kyrian are steadfast guardians of the afterlife who bear the souls of the dead into the Shadowlands. Eternally devoted to duty and service, only the worthy may enter their ranks.
Proceed with courage.
Okay. Let's go take a look at Revendreth, the big one that everyone's like, yeah, I want to do this one. So, alright.
The master must be stopped.
Doesn't have any cool little extra people here. Alright, and so everyone of course likes this one, right? So this is like your, you get gargoyle. I mean, it's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. It is tempting. So it's definitely an armor set that's pretty awesome. And I said, everything's gonna be themed. So if you look, there's actually tokens. I will show you after this. But yeah, the weapon tokens that drop from the raids are themed to your covenant. So that's pretty cool. So this is so it's like one of their vampire bear mounts. So pretty cool looking. So the Vinther are aristocratic overseers of souls burdened with the excessive pride and wickedness. They guide troubled souls upon the rigorous path to atonement, harvesting anima to keep their realm strong, as you've seen in their storyline. Like I said, they're pretty cool. It's gonna be tough. This is why I think this is gonna be a huge alt expansion, right? It's almost like a certain covenant will enhance a certain spec. And not just the actual class itself, even though they said they're stepping away from spec identity and going back to class identity. But anyways, you have your Door of Shadows. So this of course is your little blink. Technically they go like a mage, but now anyone can do it. So like I said, as a mage, would that be kind of null and void? Yeah, just like on the Night Fae, turning into a Vulpin and moving faster and all that stuff. As a druid, it's kind of null and void, right? Even though you would think a druid would be kind of Night Fae-ish. Well, not kind of, like it would be Night Fae. Ashen Hollow. So this thing, like I said, it's really cool. I like it. The only thing that I have to say though is, in a dungeon, depending on how fast your group is moving, I mean, that has a 4-minute cooldown. So to be honest, that's kind of almost like you could use it on one boss, but not the next. And then the third boss, and then not the last, right? Just depends on how quickly you're moving through the dungeons, right? But Ashen Hollow, big AoE, so they've made it pretty big, so normally that boss is probably going to stay in there. I found it actually more useful for trash pools. Like if the tank really wants to pull a lot of trash and then drop that, a bunch of other people drop theirs, then that would be something to like clear trash quicker, right? So I could see that.
We must give those who
Last but not least, Maldraxxus.
Something to report?
Alright, so here's your death metal boys. So this one's actually pretty cool, I won't lie. It's something I could see like my Unholy Death Knight being, or warrior, or one of the warrior types. So yeah, this one's pretty cool as far as their play goes. And this is their mount. So like I said, it was one of those kind of like armored ram bone things. I don't even know what you would call this thing, but yeah. So among the Necrolords, strength is rewarded and weakness is cast aside. The souls of the ambitious and contentious are forged into an immortal army charged with the defense of Shadowlands. Even though it almost seems like each one of the actual covenants has their own army, but this is like the army? I don't know. So it's kind of like overlapping each other, right? So Fleshcraft is your basic default ability. This is just an extra shield, so practically 2-minute cooldown. So it's a lot better than my Divine Storm being 5 minutes. But, well, I wouldn't say it's better than my Divine Shield, but 2 minutes is better than 5, right? So, I mean, it's kind of redundant, right? Maybe better for a tank. Maybe this would be a good tank spec. As far as my class ability, so Paladin. So we throw a hammer at the target, dealing shadow damage, and then it empowers my next Templar's Verdict to do Divine Storm. Now it says class ability. I almost think that'll probably change of some sort with your spec, right? So, because the Templar's Verdict is not on Prot or Hillidan, so anyway, so that's the Necrolord.
We follow the will of the Primus.
So yeah, I just wanted to quickly show you guys that. I just wanted to see them for myself. Like I said, they're about to wipe these servers, put up a new build and all that stuff. So that's the Covenants. That's a look at them from a Retribution Paladin perspective, or just a Paladin perspective in some senses. So yeah, until next time guys, take it easy.